Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. See, we all know the Americanized version of this story, right? Little girl is tasked by her parents to go take a basket of goodies to her sick grandmother. A wolf rolls up on the child, asks the child a few questions. We know the little girl says she's going to see grandma. She gave up enough details that the wolf ran ahead of her, went, locked sick grandma in a closet, and when the little girl arrived, the wolf was lying in the bed with acting as grandma. When the little girl got close, someone must have screamed, either the little girl or grandma, because a handsome axeman came out of the woods who was passing through and killed the wolf. That is the sanitized version of the story of Little Red Riding Hood that we're given. In the French account, the only exception is that the grandma is swallowed by the wolf as soon as it breaks in the house, and that the little girl is eaten by the wolf. There is no handsome stranger to come and rescue her. And I'll make probably another video explaining rugged individualism and the axeman, because the axeman's real important in American folklore. But what is a wolf that's by itself, really? See, I have to confess that I'm one of the people who lived this way for years. I was the lone wolf. I thought I could do everything by myself. I didn't need anybody. I reveled in not having relationships and a network and people, because people just sucked. And that lone wolf is about being a sojourner, being a wanderer, doing your own thing. And on the surface, it seems like it's glamorous and a good thing. But if you understood the nature of actual wolves, you'll understand why Little Red Riding Hood got the lone wolf incorrect, okay? Here's the thing. I couldn't get good footage of this, so I'm going to explain it to you as best I can. You do understand that wolves have high social systems, right? Even when a wolf wanders off, it necessarily still has a family. A male and a female wolf will get together and will mate an entire lifetime, like a commitment. So I urge you all to go and watch some wildlife specials and notice the older male wolves will all go ahead of the pack. In the middle is the mothers and the babies. And behind are the younger wolves, but there's one wolf that stays feet behind everyone else and scans the entire landscape in case there's an ambush to the sides or from behind. That's the actual lone wolf. See, the lone wolf is really about familial sacrifice, not about running away from family. Don't get me wrong. If you're like me, because I don't deal with my dad's side of the family really. Outside of my dad and one of his brothers, that's my favorite uncle, I don't deal with them. So I understand if you don't have that. But when you had no reason to run, it's a different story. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just letting you know the myth of the lone wolf that we all live, that we can do everything by ourselves and don't need no uplift and don't need any help. That's a lie. That life has to get lonely for you. Even if you don't want your old circles, you want someone there to help you. Too many tales of people being found in their houses dead by themselves and nobody cared about them. And no one would know. Now you can chalk it up that sometimes their family ostracized them, but then it's also true that some of them played that lone wolf. I can do it all by myself and I don't need anyone. But when you go to a wildlife special and you look at the actual lone wolf, it is a strong male in a pack that's going to take the first attack from all sides. Because wolves have enough of a social system that some decision is made as to who's going to be that wolf that travels a couple of feet away from the pack. You don't have to believe me. Just go watch wildlife specials and see it for yourself. The actual lone wolf doesn't intend to be by himself. He is just the first to sacrifice himself for the greater good of the family. And you can argue that when a wolf wanders off by itself, that it probably got lost or was probably looking for food for the pack. You just never know. But we are enacting a fairy tale in real life if we think we can do things without people's help. This is why I've stayed sick and been stressed out now. Because for years I thought people suck. I don't need people. I thought this in my head, but barely ever said this one phrase before I let you go that lots of other people say. They get on my nerves. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I can do bad all by myself. You know what? You're absolutely right. Because you're going to do bad all by yourself eventually if you think you can just shun human affection forever.